American taxpayers, according to a Republican aide with knowledge of the situation, told National Review Online, American taxpayers are being forced to pay the huge cost of providing schooling to every illegal immigrant under 18 and many 18 plus who are dropped inside the U.S. This is just a tiny slice of the bill taxpayers are being asked to absorb that we're supposedly forbidden from discussing in polite company. By the way, Zach Taylor, chairman, who is the chairman of the National Association of Former Border Patrol Officers, told Newsmax that the Obama administration has actually orchestrated the influx of immigrants at America's southern border. Taylor said they're scattering them throughout the population of the United States in various states and putting the local school systems and people on notice that these kids will be attending school in August and September. Once they're embedded in the population of the United States, the likelihood that they'll be removed is somewhere between -1 and 0. I mean, I'm not laughing. I guess if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Liberal Democrats are wondering why Obama won't visit the border during his Texas trip. Here's cut number 11, MSNBC's Alex Wagner grilling White House spokeswoman Cecilia Munoz.
Secretary Johnson has been to the border 5 times in the last month. I accompanied him on one of those occasions.
He's going a 6th time on Friday. And we are well aware of the cabinet members who have visited the border. The White House weeks ago designated this as a humanitarian crisis. The president visits crises all over this country. Why is he not going to the border to look at this one?
The president is very, very focused on this urgent humanitarian situation. He's meeting in Texas with people who are trying to be part of the solution. He's engaged the whole of the federal government. He sent his vice president to Central America. In fact, Secretary Johnson is in Guatemala today dealing with the situation. The whole government is involved in this situation at the border, in Central America, in Mexico, and around the country where we have facilities for these kids. This is a whole of government effort from the president on down.
Honey, that's not what you were asked. You were just asked, why won't he go to the border? White House spokesman Josh Earnest asked by a reporter, why won't President Obama go to the border? This is from C-SPAN, cut 5.
You say there's an urgent humanitarian situation. Are you not at all concerned about the optics? The president can fly to Texas to raise political money, but he can't go see this urgent humanitarian situation?
We're not worried about those optics, and that's simply because the president is very aware of the situation that exists on the southwest border. Senior administration officials from the Secretary of Homeland Security, the Secretary of HHS, top CBP officials, even some senior White House officials have traveled in the last several weeks to the southwest border. What they have seen is troubling. We've seen this influx of illegal migration from Central America.
Again, no answer. No one will answer. Why don't you answer the question? Why doesn't the president go to the border? He's aware of what's happening at the border? Well, I'll bet George W. Bush was aware of Katrina, but he got blasted for not visiting New Orleans. He was aware. Why didn't you go to Katrina, President Bush? Well, I was aware. Yeah, but you just flew over Katrina. That was the narrative, right?